Good morning, everybody.
Good morning to everybody.
Sorry, we always.
I always have to finagle this. It's like, okay, there we go.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, we can't preview the frame before we start. But hope everybody had a good weekend.
Hope I
Welcome back
enjoyed
to
the
the
warm
show.
weather.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty nice.
What was it? 50. I think it got up to like 55.
I heard 62 last week. Like we
Really?
broke a record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
February. So
Yeah, that was
go
pretty.
figure.
I wasn't expecting that at all, and you can't deny the fact that there's something wrong with the weather right now. It's pretty obvious.
Weather patterns have changed, and I don't think it's ever going to go back to the way it used to be when we were young.
No, no. Where at least you could have a more general idea of what to expect. Now it's just
Yeah.
you get these flash freezes and these flat like it's just it comes on so quick, so it's like very tough to know what to make of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Like right now, the New York City area, the whole eastern seaboard there, they're taking a winter storm. They got a nor'easter blowing in.
Yeah.
They haven't had snow like this in like 2 years, they said.
Yeah. And what's interesting about that too is I don't know if anyone noticed the radar on it, but it's like a mixture too of
Yeah.
snow and rain. So like it's gonna be hell, especially when you're down in New York City. Trying to drive through that city enough is already pretty challenging in its own factor right there.
Sure
So
enough. Luckily for us, we're not forecasted to get any of that.
no,
We can stay on the east side of the state. We had our storms.
yeah,
I think we're good.
yeah. And then we thought it would be a good topic today because I don't think we've ever done an episode on odor,
No,
and
I don't believe we have.
we thought it'd be good to touch base because obviously here at SERVPRO, we can kind of walk you through the steps of what you could do to remediate this on your own.
Mhm.
If you had, just some basic cleaning supplies. But we're also going to show you some of the chemicals and things that we use when we come in and actually clean your home. And this also goes for automobiles too. So very similar, but I was just reading up on it. It's actually very interesting to see how step by step how they go through and actually clean um, a vehicle. And I
Yeah,
guess
it's pretty interesting technology that they use for that sort of thing. I was not aware of
I
it
was
until
not
we
aware
just
of it
started
either.
researching the topic for this morning.
Yeah. One in particular, and I don't want to jump too far ahead. We'll talk more about it, but it's going to be called thermal fogging. And I do want to kind of touch base on that here in just a moment. But before we get into all that, just want to take a step back and kind of just go over like what we do here as far as cleaning. So obviously we do like general cleaning of like businesses,
Hmm.
residential homes.
Ductworks, walls, carpeting, places where this odors will accumulate, where they bond into the surfaces.
Yeah,
That makes it much harder to get rid of. Not just like the things. Oh, my cat litter box smells, or my dog's been rolling around on the carpet or the couch and it smells like. We handle the heavy duty.
yeah. I didn't realize my attic is
Yeah,
literally it smells like a funeral
yeah,
home or something, or just like
yeah. Or we had a raccoon die in the vents, and it kind of sat there while we were out for a month.
yeah,
Or we had a biological issue.
yep.
Things like that.
And it happens more often than you would think because when I was living in my old apartments, I had this horrible smell, and it was
Hmm.
coming from my room, and I was like, and in this type of apartment, they have the furnaces that are actually in the bedroom
Hmm.
closet, but it's like sanctioned off.
Hmm.
So, believe it or not, a bird flew in there, died, and was like decomposing in the air conditioning unit, or I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
heating unit. And it was just like I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. I ripped everything apart to try to find out where the odor was coming from. Sure enough, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
I
So,
dealt with a lot. I dealt with that a lot as an exterminator.
yeah,
Rodents and other animals
yeah,
dying in inaccessible areas, and unfortunately, there's not a heck of a lot you can do unless you want to cut a chunk out of the wall.
yeah,
So deodorization and sterilization of the areas were of paramount importance.
yeah. Interesting. Now, did you get into that a lot with just kind of off topic when you're doing pest control?
Mhm.
How often would you have to do like would you
Not
find that scenario?
super duper often. Luckily, for the most part, rodents would go off somewhere else to die.
Yeah,
But it does happen where occasionally one will get trapped or in a wall void somewhere. And
yeah,
so there's not a lot you can do.
yeah.
Some DIY deodorizing things, like one of the very simplest things is to open a can of coffee.
Right.
Because coffee
Yeah, because he would.
can neutralize a lot of odors. If you ever go to Sephora or something, you're
Yeah,
testing out the samples of the perfume and the colognes. They give you a little cup of coffee beans to smell in
that's
between.
right. That's right. They do that. Yeah.
Yeah, cleanse
So,
all your sinuses.
all right, yeah. So almost like coffee's like almost like a natural
Yeah, it's like a natural deodorant.
deodorant. All right, yeah. I never really kind of looked at it that way. Cool. And actually, it's funny you say that too, because we're actually going to be talking about nicotine remediation as well, because that can be
Oh,
a
yeah.
very not only expensive process, because the reason it is so expensive is because it's so extensive,
Yeah,
the amount of
there's a
work.
lot. You know, as a former smoker, I really realized that after I had quit and I was moving out of my old apartment,
Yeah,
and I found that like all the dishes that were way back in my cabinets I never used
yeah,
were coated in nicotine tar.
yeah,
And you don't realize that
yeah,
as an active smoker. You don't think these things. Then when you stop and you go and look, and you're like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
yeah,
You know, I'm sure a lot of people watching here, if you live in apartments or if you manage an apartment, you know, people who do. A lot of apartments nowadays, you know, are straight no smoking. No more smoking inside, no more smoking outside. But
yep.
there are a few that have older tenants that were grandfathered through and having to clean out those units.
Oh, no, like I like grandfather. I'm allowed to smoke.
Well,
Grandfather,
basically, I've been living here for 30 years,
yeah, no,
you
I
know.
know.
But once they move out and you have to do the clean out, it is far more involved. There is a lot of steps to ensure that you get that tar and smell out of all the
Yeah,
surfaces. It's not a simple matter of, you know, wiping the wall down
no,
with some soap or
no,
pulling up the carpets. I mean, you got to get in there. That smell lasts.
yeah, and multiple treatments too. It doesn't usually.
Yeah.
It's not always done on the first treatment.
Yeah. 'Cause it's a sticky, gooey tar. You wipe it down, all you're going to do is smear it
Is
around.
smear it around a little bit. You might
Yeah.
wipe up some of it, but you're gonna probably have to go over it and over it quite a bit to
Yeah.
eventually get that removal. So, no, thank you for sharing that with us.
This is definitely something that you would want to call SERVPRO in for if you have a commercial property or, you know, you're buying a home, selling a home, what have you, and there's
Yeah,
smokers. You definitely want to get a professional cleaning in there to make sure that it is in tip-top shape so
yeah,
that the next person to walk in there doesn't immediately get hit with that smell.
yeah. And that actually led me back to a Sporta too,
Hmm.
because I don't feel like we touched base on that enough. And this is right up that alley. Anything that could have not even extensive as far as like having a fire that's happen at your home. This could just be somebody in your home smokes and you don't, and like you say maybe you have a bunch of clothing that
Hmm.
reeks like nicotine. We could wash that for you. I mean, it would come back. You wouldn't smell it whatsoever. I can
Hmm.
guarantee that for you. But that's just one example of
Yeah.
some things that we can, clean in the Esporta. But I just thought that would be kind of useful to bring up as well.
Oh, there we have multiple examples. We could be here for 3 hours,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, just talking about all the different things that we can do.
yeah,
You know, the ways that with our sport machine, smoke, soot,
yep,
nicotine smell, what have you. You know,
yeah,
it's excellent for all of those things. It really we use it to clean the bunker gear for fire
yeah,
departments.
yeah,
You know, getting the carcinogens and other smoke and soot out of
yeah,
the gear that these people wear going into burning buildings.
yeah.
You know, which can be dangerous
Yeah,
if left.
I had a whole nother newfound level of respect when I took in that first. It was probably like 4 sets of bunker gear, but it
Hmm.
was just, I mean, I was getting a headache before I even got it back here, and
Yeah,
it was in the trunk of the car, and it was summer, and I had the windows down, and I was still getting a headache.
yeah,
That's crazy, yeah. Um, and it was just something that the need to have these things clean is I think most people that do the job would understand that, but I don't think a lot of outsiders would understand that until you're actually like
yeah,
right next to that clothing and smelling it,
yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
and we actually had some cleaning supplies that we wanted to show you guys. Some you might be familiar with, some you might not.
I'm gonna do this one first because this stuff really, really smells. These are odor neutralizing granules. Supposedly this is bubblegum fragrance. It
This is
is
very strong.
just sitting here in this container. It's super strong.
Like you can almost taste it.
I don't want to. I'm hestant to
I don't
open
want to
this.
open it again.
Let's just say it kind of looks like clumpy cat litter.
Yeah,
You take some of this, you put it in a pan, and you leave it in a room, and it deodorizes the
yeah,
whole area.
yeah,
Let me get this out of here right now. Uh, we also have our giant jugs of the bio odor neutralizer. This is the stuff that we use for blood and other bodily fluids.
yep.
That
Type of biohazard cleaning,
yeah, biohazard cleaning.
trauma scene cleanup.
We have our smoke deodorizer, of course. I believe this is the stuff that we use for whatchamacallit,
Um,
the thermal fogging.
oh yeah, this is one step after with thermal
Yeah,
fogging. This is one of the steps that we use
yeah.
while incorporating with the thermal
Yeah,
fogging.
the
So
stuff is much more pleasant smell.
yeah, it does.
We have SERVPRO's new thing, Canna-Blaster. As we all know, cannabis is legal in New York State,
Yep.
and even though you're not supposed to smoke in apartments, people still do.
Yeah,
This is a very, very good room deodorizer.
it
It
is.
knocks Febreze
Yeah.
and Lysol spray right out of the
If you
water.
had a bunch of hippies like, smoking weed next door, you could at
You know,
least, spray the hallway a
go into
little
your
bit.
rental property and you realize, oh, they've been smoking in here for quite a while. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
yeah,
You get that good stuff, and of course, our ever popular Rainy Meadows deodorizer.
yep.
This is also the stuff that we like to give out samples for when we make our visits.
Boom. So
Yeah,
if anybody wants a sample of this, we're more than happy to drop this off to anybody.
yeah, absolutely. Shoot us a comment, send us an email to sales at SERVPRO the Southtowns,
Yep.
or just drop us a comment here in the chat. Say, I'd love to get my hands on a sample of that
Yeah.
deodorizer, and we'll get in contact with you guys. We'll get your information. We'll happily swing by and give you a sample of it so you
Yeah.
can really smell the difference.
And we already
Yeah, we
we already diluted
yeah,
it for you
yeah,
because this comes in a pure concentrate.
yeah.
So
And
and it works very well and it's not overwhelming too.
no,
So
it's very, very pleasant actually. I like to keep a
yeah.
little jar of that
It,
handy, for my cat litter room,
yeah.
what have you. It's a very pleasant smell. I quite like that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Awesome.
yeah,
I think that was pretty good.
yeah.
I think
There's a lot more we could go into in terms of cleaning odors and cleaning smoke. Like dry erase uh, sponges, dry
yeah,
sponges, the different chemicals, the different compounds we use, the different procedures we use. There's
it
so
would be
much to
literally
it.
an hour show. I mean, it would just if we want to
Yeah,
sit here
this
and go step
is
by step. So we thought we'd kind of
just a little taste. I mean, definitely, if you guys want any information, if you have any questions, or you want to get something deodorized, reach out to us. We are here for you.
yeah.
That's what we do. We'll take care of you.
And don't forget, I always try to throw in there. We do free estimates too. So if
Yes.
it's something you're concerned about and you don't know how to approach it, we're more than happy to give you advice at least. So
Yeah,
um,
absolutely. We are here at your disposal at SERVPRO of the Southtowns and 97 Evans Street in Hamburg.
yeah,
Always give us a call. If you don't have our number, it's 716-646-6684. We are available 24/7. So please don't hesitate to let us know if you have any odor questions.
absolutely. All right, guys, let's see who our lucky winner is today. And I'm actually going to try to bring it back on the screen if it works.
It will
We used to have
probably
a
not.
fancy thing where it would show it up on the screen, but it's all right. We'll do it. I already got it right here anyways, so.
Yeah, we'll just spin her up. Going down.
679.
Who it might be. Of course, one thing works, the other thing lags.
Yeah, I know. We have to go pretty far down the list here. 679. Ah, Kevin Fenzel from Nationwide here in Hamburg.
Congratulations, Kevin.
Yeah, nice work. I know you're probably not working because every time I'm in there, you're extremely busy, which is awesome though, because that's good for business. But I will stop dropping one off in person. So congratulations, Kevin. And thank you everybody for watching the show. Don, thanks for being on as usual. Um, hope everybody has a good rest of your week. I don't think we're supposed to get any snow.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We might get like a little bit of like effect, like sprinklings, but
Nothing too crazy yet.
Nobody's planning to get like another, 5 feet.
Yeah,
So,
not like New York City right now. So
no. So prayers out for everybody on the East Coast.
yep. Don't make any trips to New York City this weekend. I would not. All right, guys. Well, have a good week, and we'll see you back here next week at 10:10.
Bye, everybody.